Yo, Dow. We're here for the third album that I have, Mind of Manny Mackens. The third. For anyone who knows me, this project, you heard about it. You heard about it. You heard people talk about it. Uh, yeah, this is my most popular project to date. Um, and I think it was because of the momentum from President Mackens, and as well as just the name being catchier, and just my promotion game there was just crazy back then. When I was living in Chicago on Amina, it was just crazy. Every day posting multiple posts a day, did not care because I believed in this project a whole lot. And President Mackens, the positive reviews of President Mackens, which if you follow me on Instagram, Manny Mackens underscore, you see how much positive love, and I forgot, 'cause I had to go back in my post to see how much positive love I received from President Mackens, and we know why, because I listened to President Mackens. It's an incredible record. If you like a lot of experimental lyrical hip hop, President Mackens will definitely be in your forte. Hold on, let me ignore this phone. Will be your forte. Yeah, I guess just to start off with a review of my initial thoughts of President Mackens, I thought it was incredible. I thought it was extremely well done. It had, of course, little quirks. I'm still new to production, so it had little quirks on that end. But as far as the beats themselves, how they were produced was really great. But the engineering, as far as the vocals and meshing with the beats, was a little bit off. But that's nothing to that issue does not overshadow the greatness of that project. I mean, if you disagree, either this music is just not for you, or you're just being a hater. There's no in between with that. Either way is fine. But now into Mind of Manny Mackens. So this is my most popular project to date. This is my first project where I put a budget in it as far as the promotion. So it went a little bit further. On SoundCloud, it was a SoundCloud exclusive for a while. The next album that I've made, and that one is not on SoundCloud, and the other one, but this one was a SoundCloud exclusive for a while. So it's my most popular one. I guess more history in the background as to what inspired it was. I used to talk to a lot of artists in Amino when Amino was for the artists and not for the trolls, and when it was still around. I used to talk to a lot of artists, and a person named Dollar Sign Amuel on the app said that the reason why I like your music is because I know you. Because I know you, that helps me understand your music. So I wanted to make a album where it was about me as a person, no characters, no gimmicks, no any of that. There's still some characters and gimmicks here, but not very much. I look at the track list right now. From what I remember of those songs, though they are the most vulnerable songs to this date that I've have released. And I think that's what makes the project appealing to a lot of people, was especially those that have been following me for a while now, is that this one is the most vulnerable and where I'm the most human. Don't get me wrong, it's still experimental, it's still poetic, it still requires thought, but it shows more of my heart than my head. I wouldn't say that my other projects had no heart in them. It's just it wasn't as pronounced as in this one, from what I remember. Maybe I listened to it and I come to a different conclusion. But I think that's what stuck out, as well as the cover and just the catchiness of the name. As far as the reception of the time, overwhelmingly positive. Probably my most positive review yet. Of course, there's some haters. I think this project was a time where I didn't know how to deal with so much hate. And what do I mean by that? Even though it's overwhelmingly positive, I think because around this time this released, a lot of the internet was starting to see the subcultures of the anti-intellectual, anti-thoughtful, contrarian for the sake of being contrarian beliefs become so big and so mainstream to the point where people that are popular are like the Aiden Rosses of the world, And the streamers in that case, I don't want to name every single streamer and blame every single streamer because I think some are doing great, like Kaisa not encouraging people to read. So I don't want to bash every single streamer, okay? But I want to point out Aiden Ross because I know that he's one that is horrible and putting out horrendous content in the world that certainly serves no one, including himself. And you know, with Aiden Ross and streams of his ilk, he's worthy of forgiveness if he comes around and realizes the horror in his ways, bashing culture for minorities, bashing culture, bashing women, and for clout, supporting horrendous people who spread vitriol over the internet. If he can change his ways and understand where we come from as thinkers, then he's worthy of forgiveness. But as of now, we should keep on condemning him because he's spreading poison in the world. Essentially, this is poison. It is poison. So we should condemn him as much as possible. A little bit of a tangent, but it has to be said. Anyway, so I think that culture came about where a lot of the young people of my generation and below are now supporting idiocy. And so what ends up happening is when Manny Mackens comes out and is getting traction, people like it. They want to be the loudest voice in the room bashing it. That came up, and I was just so confused because in my mind, with President Mackens and Manny Mackens, I'm representing the youth. So when people of my generation are bashing me in ways that are hateful. What I mean by that is, like, you can not like the music or have critiques. I do listen to criticism, especially when it's well thought out. But the thing is, the criticism became not really substantive or with a self-awareness that their criticism is subjective, but with almost like a movement, like a flood of hatred and just vile, empty responses and retorts to the argument. I'm not really making arguments in the album, but the art itself and the memes became more powerful. And you know, I remember. Okay, so a little bit of a story on that. I remember there was this guy. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he was very fake and very rude to me. I recorded a verse for him. He said he liked it, then deleted it because he thought it was funny or whatever. And I was trying to collab. He was a very awful person, and I don't know where he is now. If he changed or whatever, you know, it's all said and done. But he was just an awful person to me back then, and he posted memes to bash it because I guess he saw me as competition. So I dissed him and his group. This is what we're called. I dissed him and his group back then, and he later on apologized. Not really apologized, but tried to be friendly with me in person. I dapped him up. I moved on because it wasn't really that big of a deal to me. But once again, I have the right to speak up to myself. See, for anyone that's down, and that is an intellectual and one that is a force of truth and positivity in the world, you're going to feel lonely, especially if you're creative. You're going to feel lonely, but you are 10 times more strong than the haters that are like the Aiden Rosses that just flooded everything, whatever, because they can't realize that they're wrong. You know, the Quran and the Bible have this thing where God hardens their hearts. They make where the human, and I'm not really religious, but I'm just using this analogy. The human, whether it's a pharaoh or whether it's a polytheist or whoever, makes their decision and decides to go away from the straight path, and now their heart is hardened. They cannot return. That's sort of what's happening with these losers. They want to resist truth and humanity and love and creativity, and then their heart is hardened. They cannot see that they're falling. So imagine you're walking into or by a volcano and you're blind and you fall into lava and you're too stupid to realize that you're burning. And people are warning you, oh, you're falling into the lava or whatever, and you're just too blind. You have eyes that cannot see and ears that cannot hear, and you're just too blind. So that's what's happening. And I think that's the message for the haters on that. But overall, not too much. I want to just say that just so we could learn a little bit something. Oh, it's almost 10 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. I go on tangents. I'm a creative. Yeah, overall, it was really positive. People dapped me up. I remember my friend, one of my friends, Mari, good friend Mari, who I collaborated with, Mari Denham, has dapped me up and really showed me a lot of respect for this project. And I had great feedback on this project overall. Yeah, it was a fun time, and it was a moment. People, I mean, you'll see a lot of collaborations, more collaborations than before, I believe, because this was the Amino project for that. This was the Amino project, and this was the defining project for me. I already talked 10 minutes. My gosh, I'm more talkative in the morning. So let's start this off. Let's get into it. Hold on, is my sound? Oh, my sound's lower. Okay, that cannot be good. Okay.
The raps out here meditative. The brave power on a different wavelength. The flow here bleeds innovation. Ink in my veins outright when the pain is. Addicted to the safety net of isolation. That's why I'm addicted to the masturbation. I feel more suppressed.
Sensation. I know what word I'm saying, but that enunciation could have been clearer.
After I'm done with my squeeze, but since we all hurt is part of the nature. Everything I do seems strange to the haters, but the outcast see all the greatness. That's why I come back to the pen and the paper to keep what I pay till I hear something great, and it feels like it's new, so I try different angles. Delete and replay it until it is foolproof. Save and display it and hear the praise come through. But since y'all wanna dump down, I guess I'll go dump too. Bumping my head to the beat till my skin turns blue. Homicidal alien, my deception will kill you. What you deceased, I'll seal you. Up in the box, then sail you. Out in the ocean, then drop you. Big deals for the team that I came with. Make me say, what else will you do? Cause I'm the type of price my services based on sharp value. I overpack words on the beat, cause it serves as unique. So it's working for me. No curse, I'm clean. Every verse the key to the hearse I'll bring to the nerds who are asleep. On the wordsmith, that is me. On this third rap EP.
So I had another part here, but I decided to leave it out. What I do on these EPs to have an intro like a real life verse, just to set up the tone. Let's start this thing.
All right, so thoughts on that. The beat was okay. With that verse in particular, the way it was written, the flow and delivery, my rapping carries the beat. And you don't really hear that in a lot of modern MCs because they're more so about the beat carrying it and rocking the house, and that's dope. That's a dope style too. But in this case, my flow, my delivery definitely holds the beat. The beat, a lot of the heavier sounds was panned to the left, and so it felt weird. I don't like the mixing on that one that much, but I did enjoy the verse. I remember I performed that verse a cappella at a open mic or something like that, or an event, and it rocked the crowd. That verse was really well written in terms of just the enjoyability of the performance of it, with the flow and everything like that. The next song is, of course, shout out Infamous. It's him having his whole interlude talking about his life growing up. Originally, I had no space for him. He really wanted to be a part of it. I'm like, well, I had him on the previous projects, and Infamous also was a huge pioneer on Amino. I have to get him on this project because it was that important. So actually it's 40 seconds. We're just gonna let it play. One of the only times we're just gonna let it play. And shout out Infamous. And the beat was made by Morph. It wasn't made by me. So the fact that it's under my name is kind of weird. But here we go.
Growing up, knowing what was showing love. I had trouble, ain't opened up. I was feeling positive, but then I broke the plug. God was a lost connection, then I was broken cut. I claim I had my shit straight. I guess that was a bluff. Trust was cut when people decided that wasn't suffice or enough to be in their life. I guess they couldn't handle the strife, so I couldn't see the light. Demon strike with fiendish might. I tell them a team the mic and decided to breathe this ice to attempt to heal this heart, but fuck that. I'll speak in dark scripts until I believe in Christ. Right?
Very, very, very powerful verse, and I think that the next song, from what I remember, it leads into that very well. And shout out to Morph and Infamous because it shows the fact that I didn't really do anything to this, and they still let me put it on the album. Shows how much respect that they have really given me, and I think I've took that respect for granted in favor of the haters. You have to keep sort of your ego in check sometimes, because you pay too much attention to the hate, it will overshadow. Shady reminds me of that. TK Shady, check out his channel, TK Shady. Yeah, beautiful, love it. And shout out to Infamous and Morph for sure.
When I was young, I used to want a Bugatti in the mansion. Now I want a small house, a little fence, and a handgun. I want to create the cure for cancer so I can buy land far away from all the people who will try to understand me. I don't want a big house, I want a small family. When I was young, Lil Wayne was the one I wanted to be. Now I bump LP, thinking I could be the best at being an MC who also makes beats. I used to wanna be rich for the shine. Now I wanna be rich so I could be a shadow and still eat just fine. I used to wanna be the smartest kid for my report card. Now I wanna be smart enough to be wise.
Yup. Alright, so I want to pause it right there. There's no explanation, it's pretty straightforward. But the reason why I want to pause it right there is because I want people to understand that line, let it actually sink in. Because I think a lot of people hear conscious rap or a conscious rapper or someone using all these words and all these emotions and think that, oh, you just want to be smart and show off. I think a lot of that's projection because they're insecure about their intelligence, but that's my motivation. Let this song stand because that hasn't changed. I don't care about the report cards. I don't care about you thinking I'm smart or having influence over you as much as I care about my wisdom and wisdom in general. I said it back then. I'm still saying it now. It's 2018. I said it back then, I'm saying it now. And the wisdom is standing up for what is right means more than whatever measurements that an institution could give me, like a college or a school. I also want to examine like the whole idea of like, I still want these riches just so I could be alone and be by myself. I think that's a sign of my depression back then, or even not depression, just willingness to cut people just to be closed off and be in my own thoughts, which I do think is a sign of escapism, dealing with depression, a lot of confusing thoughts. I don't think that's a healthy way of coping, but that was where I was at back then. Let's continue.
So I work hard enough to relax my mind, meditate and try to find a piece of advice from the Most High. When I was young, I used to pray to protect me from nightmares. Now I pray to protect myself all the time, cause I'm too scared of life. I used to rap for all of my peers, all of the praise and cheers, the hopes for a great career, the idea of being up there with my favorite artists and appear on Billboard charts, making millions of dollars a year. But now it's all about keeping my soul, cause I'm at the age where rapping ain't cute unless you're a millionaire. But that rarely happens though, but I can still make a living, but that doesn't matter as long as you're not making truckloads of cash. And you're just another amateur rapper to all of the little brats on social media acting like they're some savages, cause they bump a bunch of tracks and I'm supposed to respect the reasons as facts. It seems like the whole world was what's in my lap. Now I have to stand up for myself and watch the world have no collapse. I fly out of naivete and land it complicated. When I was young, I used to think that a person got more wise as an age, but it seems to be the whole other way. And now that I'm here, I see maturation's overrated. I used to think that it was something major, but now I'm in college with students who are like 28 and they act like teenagers. I mean, no wonder why I long for isolation. When I was young, I used to want a life where procrastination was okay, but now I want to work my heart away on beats and pages. Okay, now that's a huge shift. I went from thinking big to growing up with aspirations to live like an old conservative, holding on to my assets like they're also my kids. All the stuff that I've grown to know made me a pessimist, incredulous to all of the people trying to invest in my life. They should run their own businesses. I'm not trying to bond, I'm stocking up on war against all of these idiots. So leave me alone or pay me, I don't care if you're in the audience listening to all of this, and I sparked a bit of your interest. Now you're listening close, cause to be honest, you will probably try to act like I'm dope and move on when I'm no longer new to you and blow up to do shows. Or the opposite might happen, you might think I'm trash and throw my tracks up in trash. Just let me be an artist.
Wow, that was a vulnerable moment. You know what's cool? You know, a lot of those lines are very, very funny to me. I really like myself. You know, people that say narcissism, whatever. I really like myself, and I'm looking back then, so I feel like I'm listening to another person. I know why now when I talk to people and I'm really pouring my heart out, why they start laughing. Because I'm a really funny guy. Like, I'm listening to that and I'm laughing. Like, that song, what I've gotten from it was like, I'm outside interacting with the world, and I feel like people are intimidated because they're so dumb. Like I said, now I'm in college with students who are like 28 and they act like teenagers. Like, going back, like I want to isolate myself. I want to use my intelligence to escape from the world. But guess what? Here's a little piece of wisdom I'll give to myself back then. You can escape the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and do what's right, and get thicker skin to deal with those people that you feel are too dumb. And sometimes they're just misguided and they need help or they need purpose. And some of them are genuine and some of them are not. Another thing about this song that's really funny to me is what was the line? Oh, I'm supposed to act like their opinions are great. I don't have to replay it because I could butcher a little bit because it's really straightforward. But like, I have to act like their opinions are great. I have to act like their opinions are facts. You don't. Back to 18-year-old Manny Mackens. You do not have to pretend. You do not have to even talk to them. You can block them. You can move on. You don't. They are not that important. They gather with other people and hijack and force other people to make themselves seem important, but they are not important. They're deceiving you and they're demonic. So you don't have to. And to anyone out there, you do not have to. Be one of wisdom. Be one of upstanding nature. Okay? And keep your integrity intact. But great song. I love the beat. The performance of there, I was running out of breath, really raw, but I felt it more because it was raw. This is a very raw album overall. That's really focused on the emotion rather than proving the best rapper. So if you want proof that I'm the best rapper, which you should never want proof about that, whatever, go to another project. This one's not for you. All right, next song. That rhythm really gets you into it.
I can live wrong or I can live to please all, but if I die and move on, hey, will you miss me? I've seen a couple lives lost and I wonder before they were gone, did they think, hey, who will miss me? I struggled to work hard, become depressed for so long and try to stay strong, but hey, will you even miss me? I strive to be my own boss, be the man with no flaws, but with all my efforts, who will even miss me? Wonder why I'm such a recluse, cause I'm afraid of being influenced by other people while I'm trying to do what I wanna do. I made fun of one of the smartest dudes I've ever known. Did tell him that on the low, he could have grown to be the man that changed the world all on his own. He felt the peer pressure a lot, and I made fun of him cause he was abstract. I wish I could have told him that he was talented before he died in that car crash. And I can tell you more, but I made this beat too short, and this makes me feel like I contribute to what I hate. So I ignore this portion of my life. Makes me feel like I'm a bully, and so I'm insecure that if I died like he did, would you even miss me? Cause I'm not really sure.
All that's a true story. None of that was fabricated or changed.
I can live wrong or I can live to please all, but if I die and move on, hey, will you miss me? I've seen a couple lives lost and I wonder before they were gone, did they think, hey, who will miss me? I struggled to work hard, become depressed for so long and try to stay strong, but hey, will you even miss me? I strive to be my own boss, be the man with no flaws, but with all these efforts, will you even miss me? I remember in 7th grade, one of my friend's brothers passed away, all because of a game. He let himself hang on the playground, body swaying left and right. They closed the park down. I couldn't fathom how he felt that night. I believe he wanted to go to heaven, and I don't know if it was peer pressure or not, but I know that his family was affected. We were acquainted, never best friends, but I know that he was missed. And I've seen other deaths, and I know it's a hit on the hearts who have to accept the loss. My point is, I know I'm not the only one that's ever seen this. A person dying and we still crying, wishing that we could have fixed any tension that was between us, or got to know that person before they die for whatever reason. But I see people, even me included, spending life misusing our time like we can't die quick. And I'm only 18, but I can't spend the rest of my life trying to avoid this like other human beings. So I'ma live my life, and if I die, I don't care if you even miss me.
You know, shout out to hashtag Blackout Podcast. They actually reviewed this song. And I made a mistake in my last video, but it doesn't matter. But they reviewed the song, and one of them said that they hear a lot of pain. Both of those stories were true. Of course, I've became, I guess, acquainted, because a death, when I lose someone or I see someone young die, is something that's unfathomable to me. So I guess acquainted is the right word. I've seen a lot of that, and I think one thing that makes this song so powerful for me and for other people that heard it, listen, the production, a lot of it was off, a lot of the performance was off, but it's so raw to where it touches something greater than just technique. And this album, I was so not focused on technique. I think making this album changed the way I approach music in general, which is like, not everything's about being the best. Sometimes you gotta just be human. And I think that's why this one was my biggest and most well received, because I was the most human here. But yeah, both those stories were true. 18, you're going through a lot of changes in life. If anyone's around 18 or really the early 20s, you're going through a lot of changes in life, and these thoughts, you have to find some way to compartmentalize or understand them. And a lot of times we do that through coming up with hard exteriors and defending ourselves. So that, I believe, I was doing in this song. I think a lot of this was stream of consciousness, of course, because really a lot of this is not even like clear rhyming, or a lot of this is not even like, you know, written in a way that is meant to show dexterity, but more so done in a way that is just, you have to get into what I'm saying, and if it's for you, it's not. It's so painfully human, and the cover really fits it. Like, I used to not really like this cover, but the cover kind of fits it, where it's just like, it looks like sort of someone on their high horse just falling, which makes sense because it comes after President Mackens. But yeah, next song.
The kids in the park all laugh like. The kids in the park all laugh like.
You got J. Cole influence in the production.
The kids in the park all laugh like. 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 I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. I hope that they don't have to see drama.
Should have cut the chorus,
I
bro.
hope that they don't have to see struggle.
Too long.
I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. Now I love my mom, but there's stuff I don't get. Why? Why was she not paranoid about me hanging out with friends when she knows anything could have happened back then? Yeah, she got more afraid with me when I was in high school, when we moved to a place that was supposed to be an overall benefit to us, her and me too. Now I think that this whole Chicago trip wasn't a great move. When I was rapping in Orlando, she thought it was to be cool. Years later, now she wants to put a studio in my bedroom. I'm not mad at all, I'm just confused about what really is the truth. Why did you do all the stuff you did? Why did you make that switch? Why did you not take me serious when I was rapping with the other kids that I grew up with? But now we live in a place with poetry nerds, and all of a sudden I'm your great lyricist. Why'd you get mad when I asked about living with dad? You guilt-tripped me into living with you. I could have avoided the culture of thugs at this rate, because I don't think they fight here, mama, they shoot. And I don't know whether they fake or not, but I wouldn't take any chances in this place, would you? I'm not saying don't say no.
Wow. You know, that moment I don't think will be great for people that don't understand it. And what I mean by that is not because it's complex, but if you haven't went through an experience like that. And the reason why I say woo is because it connected with me personally. But this was one of the favorites on when I was promoting it. This was one of the favorites, so maybe it connected with more people than I thought. But and that's the weird part of my man, because this feels really, 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 really vulnerable. Like, why would anyone else like this? But back then, but now I kind of understand it more. yeah, I mean, at the time, and my mom, she's watching this or whatever. I don't feel like I'm dissing her. I don't feel like I'm dissing anyone, but at the time I did feel like that because the relationship was different back then. I feel like looking back at that situation, her and I, I'm going through changes. I don't feel like she really sat down and tried to understand it. I feel like I already changed a lot compared to what she thought I was going to be. And with her personality, she processes change and difference differently than me. And so I think there was a lot of me being timid in speaking up for myself. And I'm not gonna say I wasn't justified. That's one thing. And I'm not gonna mention, I don't want to go too far because this is public, and I don't want to embarrass my mother. We're close, and I'll embarrass my father, but my mother, I don't want to embarrass. But there's certain things I had to address, and I had to put on track because I felt like it was essential to who I was as a human being. But yeah, I think a lot of that, and I think the ending of "Don't Say Nothing" was how I felt at the time. I felt like I was trying to address this early on with her, and she wasn't hearing at the time. I don't think she was ready because of many other things. And looking back, to be fair, I don't think I was as ready as I thought I was, because I think when you're confronting a parent or you're confronting someone who you admire or respect or have reverence for, you have to approach it a certain way. And I don't think I was approaching it in that way in a lot of ways. I was just too highly defensive because it was fresh, but I knew it had to happen. But that doesn't mean that it was going to happen then. And yes, I was very confused about that. I was very confused as to why she made the changes. But looking back, instead of focusing on those confusions and differences, I should have focused on, well, at least she's trying. And I feel like I make those mistakes still to this day. Like, why are you coming and supporting me now? When I'm about... That's very vengeful and vindictive, and you should... Revenge is not the way to happiness or to a better world. We all make mistakes, and forgiveness is the liberating force. Let's continue. Hopefully this chorus is less short, because that chorus was way too long.
Kids in the park all laugh like.
Changing up the delivery of it. Yeah, feeling that energy now.
The kids in the park all laugh like. The kids in the park all laugh like. The kids in the park all laugh like. The kids in the. I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have
the long chorus feels better because I have more energy in this one.
I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. Now I love my dad, but there's stuff I don't get. Why? Why are you ashamed of me trying to find myself through rap? It was a way to express. And why? Why when I grew my hair out to be myself, you got upset? Why? Why when my mom bought me a cell phone, you couldn't just accept? But now I see my baby sister on a cell phone, she's obsessed. And I bet that it's paid for from a percent from your checks. And why? Why you calling me more than I'm away from you? When I was in the same state, you barely called. Where's your sense? And why? When I visit you, you're always on the fence about some stuff you did. Then you say forgive and forget. Then you brag on the fact that you paid $650 as if that makes you perfect as a dad. But I know it could have been worse. You and mom did the best with what you had. But I still have questions about the past. Y'all wasn't meant to be together. I don't blame y'all for separate paths. You could have shown up for my graduation. When you told me about that cancellation, I was expecting you. I was surprised, sitting in the back, hands waving, saying congratulations, you're on the right track. Don't give me a holier than thou speech. You could have came to Chicago that day. No matter what you say, that was a negligent display of a mistake. I just hope you don't treat my little sister that way.
Woo!
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, that last part had to be played. I remember I said that. Woo! Wow. As you can tell, my father and I do not get along. And as I said, now I'll embarrass him. I'm not gonna embarrass him. I think I've done that enough in other tracks. I just think that he's shameful. This song also is called "I'm the Shameful Kid." I think that this is a product of just constant gaslighting from parents, really, both sides. Even if I'm more sympathetic with the others, it's constant gaslighting. I'm taking the shame of the elders' mistakes. As I got older and read into more enlightenment values, I will no longer do that. But I'm glad I'm an artist because this is documented, and the feeling of it is documented, and the experience of it is documented. It's good for me. It's liberating for me. And I think it connects with other people that relate to it. Also, for the first verse, they don't fight here, mama. They shoot. Very deep. Moving to Chicago, yes. The culture is different. It was much more brutal. And I want to explain that a little bit more, which is like, I think with both parents, it felt like, why are your actions changing? Like, if you're worried about me rapping and being a thug to be cool in Florida, why put me here where my rapping... I literally got robbed for being a rapper. I found out later. I don't want to talk too much more about that, but still, you know, if like, say to my father, if you really wanted to get close to me, why, when I'm farther away, you call me more? And, you know, they're human, so back then it's a little bigger. They're human. I understand the mistakes, and I try not to make that mistakes in my life as a parent. But yeah, count your blessings, be in the present moment, and be the best person in the present moment, because you do hurt others that way. I'm just gonna keep it like that. All right, next song.
Conquering the universe. Liberate the leash minds, make them work. Don't wanna see the process, I wanna see it work. I care about results, I put business first. This is the mind of a stoic, voiding his heart and he won't let it open.
What?
This is the mind of a stoic, voiding his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic, voiding his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic. Don't cry, stay focused and don't waste a moment.
What?
This is the mind of a stoic,
What it-
voiding his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic, voiding his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic, voiding his heart and he won't let it open.
What it is?
This is the mind of a stoic. Don't cry, stay focused and don't waste a moment.
Okay.
Still got the pen strokes of a poet. The eloquence shown through the poems. Still guarded, even though I show my soul from the words that are spoken. I gotta keep it closed. Sensitivity is my enemy, so if it's seen in my vicinity, there's a sudden shift of energy. And I move accordingly, avoid eye contact or any kind of greeting. Let it see me successful, hoping that it will someday envy all of my winnings. Like I know you're against me, so fear me. Contemplate if I'm a schizo that is grabbing his mind in a suicidal pool, cause he is hoarding his tears in the bags of his eyes, so he reminds himself it's all for the family. But ironically, he can't relate to nobody, so it's lazy to make that excuse as a way to avoid the vulnerable place that he's in. So he tries to find another reason, go on social media, make fun of the celebrities, still that insecurity, gotta keep it moving. Reminisce when he was cool, but now he's clueless to a social life. Like what happened? Manny Mackens did. The fact that he actually has a passion. Jack off, remove that emotion, make more music. Get confused and start joking and troll away all of your friends. So you're the only one laughing. Make a banging beat and write rap, then send it to the same haters, the fans who do not care about expansion. Fan base the same, but the craft is getting mastered. You knowing you're the best, but you still stay quiet.
Wow, a lot, a lot in that verse. First of all, the chorus is too long. The chorus stays too long for the rest of the song, unfortunately. But this was the top people's favorite song. I actually have a performance on this recorded on my YouTube channel called MOMM Open Mic. MOMM, MOMM Open Mic. Performed it. That first verse is a lot. If you are a teenager in this time, if you grew up in my generation, that first verse, if you're a male particularly, that first verse relates to you. Don't act like it does not. That whole thing of suppressing your emotions, suppressing your passion through online, whether it's pornography or just trolling, a lot of y'all do that. I'm admitting that this is happening back then, which is I troll what I want to suppress my emotions, so I do all this stuff to guard myself. Whether it's trolling, into the masturbation, unfortunately talking about this self. I mean, it's kind of awkward, but to suppress that emotion, to not deal with this, to not deal with life, it's that escapism. I admitted that at 18. And I'm telling you, there's a better world outside of that. Embrace your vulnerabilities. You're worth it. Let's go. Good cut there.
Void in his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic. Void in his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic. Void in his heart and he won't let it open. This is the mind of a stoic. Don't cry, stay focused and don't waste a moment. Understand that I'm not understandable. I vacillate between being a man and an animal. Make a subtle change and break down like I was emotional. But I'm not, I got my heart on locking a submission hold. Choke it, I don't need sympathy, I need guidance. Cause I'm focused, I'll tie a noose around the neck of my soul. Only if I didn't need the role of my spirit. I probably wouldn't be alive today without the metaphysical. But save me from the external with no appearance. I used to pray to God for a force field. I didn't want reality, not see, touch, and hear it.
Alright, I know it's the second verse. We're going to cut off the last chord so we don't need to hear it. But I want to point out something. Notice that clearly I'm not stoical throughout this whole album and this song. So Mind of a Stoic, the title is slightly ironic. But I also I want to stop it here because I really love the line. I vacillate between being a man and an animal. Make a subtle change, then break down like I was emotional. But I'm not. I got my heart on locking a submission hold. Choke it. I don't need sympathy. I need guidance because I'm focused. I tie a noose around the neck of my soul. Only if I didn't need the role of my spirit. Basically, I'll kill any part of me to get rid of those emotions. And I sincerely thought about it back then. Don't do that, guys. It's not worth it. Your emotions are powerful. Learn how to deal with them. If you see the Babadook, you should watch the Babadook, the horror movie. How she has to deal with grief, because the Babadook clearly is referring to her grief. Deal with your emotions. Get therapy. Read books. Do whatever you have to do. Create art. Do whatever you have to do. You owe it to yourself. And if you have to cut off doom scrolling or whatever else you do, do it. You owe it to yourself. You deserve a happy life. But I also love the line of, I used to pray to God for a force field. I didn't want reality, not see, touch, or hear it. I think a lot of it's exaggerating, but I mean, it illustrates it well.
Now I'm so face first in the dirt of life that I can see all of me die and it feels perfect. To be my word.
I'm so face first in the dirt of life that I can see all of me die and it feels perfect. I mean, that's self-hatred, man. Why would you?
Words sound like formulas to defense, and all of my opponents say that I am a wordsmith.
Wait, what I say? What'd I say?
Like that I can see all of me die and it feels perfect. To me, my words sound like formulas to defense, and all of my opponents say that I am a wordsmith.
To me, my words sound like formulas for defense, and all my opponents say that I am a wordsmith. I want you guys to.
You see, confusion's like a string that knots up when you think. A stoic's mighty going, so if you look deeper in my soul, you will see a ball of tangled knots, and my consciousness is there broken. Look at the locks on my.
That's beautiful. Hold on, wait, that's beautiful. I said, confusion's like a. I'm a butcher a little bit, but confusion's like a tied up knot when you think. A stoic's mind's egoic, so if you look deeper in my soul, you will see a bunch of tangled knots, and my consciousness is there broken. Yeah, because if you're going to suppress your emotions, you're killing yourself. It's not worth it.
More endurance, and when I start my work, that's when I'll be firm. It's a
Gift and a curse.
I don't complain, I just move
Like a serpent.
With the mind to usurpate any king that can be poisoned. I'm not heartless, I'm hard-headed, so I can communicate. Heart is all work, mind is on innovate. What I do make art,
My work schedule's every day.
So don't hit me up unless I call you. I won't pick up anyway. Don't criticize my character. Tell that to your therapist. I don't care for what you say.
Please your name and phone.
Ah! Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Don't criticize my character. Tell it to your therapist. I don't care. I still believe in that. I think a lot of people are way too critical of things they don't understand, things that are cool. Yeah, tell it to your therapist, dude. Yeah, but I think I feel like here there's an implicit blaming myself for others, and I think that's wrong. All right, we're moving on. Dr. Please for JT Flame. Shout out JT Flame. If you haven't checked out God Is Not Listening, check that out. Please, right now. And then come back to the video. It's going to be a long one. All right, let's go.
Explain this to me. How does a heart manage to be hit by unhinged forces not start bleeding?
Love this beat.
How does a man experiment with death by risking insanity because of his theory? How How can I yell what I mean when my thoughts is muffled and even I can't hear me? I fear any crystal ball because no matter how I see the future, nothing makes sense clearly.
I fear, and I love that line because it describes my paranoia, and I still remember that. I fear any crystal ball because no matter how I see the future, nothing makes sense clearly. That beautiful use of irony, beautiful punchline, and it just describes my emotional state so well. But what I'm getting from this is wanting to change the world, wanting to promote a message, but not knowing how and feeling like too ashamed to do it. That's what I'm getting.
Take to lift the shroud of angst from my brain, get disappointed heavy, lightheaded dizzy. I'm unfocused right now because I realize ironically life's deadly. How can I explain paranoia and not sound crazy? Is that a risk I have to take? Hoping for a place for venting that is pro-ascension and somehow not condescending. That's like throwing your mind in a field of fools to fight it back in your skull, non-petty, or searching an army base to fight pity, likely not really.
I love that. I know I'm talking about, but I just love it so much. How do I explain paranoia and not sound crazy? Is that a risk I have to take? Try to find something that's pro-ascension, not condescending. First off, that's what I do all the time. So now I figured that out. But I said it's like throwing your mind in a field of fools to find it back in your skull, non-petty, because foolish people are petty. So I just love that assumption there. And then not petty or searching an army base to find pity, likely not really. The next line is, I remember, the thought of a sun god is bone chilling. Now let me look. Okay, so this is a very powerful line, and I think the thought of a sun god is bone chilling. It sounds, first of all, it sounds really cool. But here's the thing, sun god. Sun god. Okay, so a sun god is a deity representing the sun. So in many religions, we have a powerful figure in many world mythologies, embodying life, light, order, and power, and associated with creation, judgment, and seasonal cycles. Okay, so I believe, and I still believe, that I'm bringing in life. I'm bringing in a certain order to help humanity. I'm bringing in light. And of course, what I'm saying is powerful, so I have to keep myself in check, and people have to keep me in check too, which is why I do read comments. But the thought of reaching that or connecting into that, and I'm more spiritual here, so of course I'm talking about the thought of reaching that or connecting that is scary for me because of my paranoia. Is what I'm saying here. Yeah.
The thought of a sun god is bone chilling. He plays off a contradiction. That's why our problems are boring but yet thrilling. This hopelessness kills me, so I'm trying to find something that is somewhat meant for healing.
Dr. Mickey's voices go away, Dr. Please stop. 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 Dr. Mickey's voices go away, Dr. Please.
Yeah. It's difficult being like this. Not knowing if your rhymes are worth the shit.
JC Flame, shout out JC Flame. His verse is pretty straightforward. Shout out to him. By the way, he said he did not like the mix of this. Sorry, bro. I mean, I think this song is so real. I don't even think that at the time when I was making it, I was even listening to it. It's so raw. I see, with all these songs so far, we're halfway through it, or about halfway through this. Almost halfway. Jeez, I might have to make 2 videos. With all these songs so far, it's a lot of it's raw and a lot of it's like, you know, but it's not one you can like or dislike for me because it's so emotional. It needed to be this way, in my opinion. But of course, if I did something to dissatisfy a featured artist, that's never okay. So I apologize for that. But
not known if Manny's gonna like this verse. I'll probably get struck by lightning first because I'm cursed. Mind of JT Flame and Mr. Mackens, 2 troubled people but they put their backs in. Open up your ears and listen to Manny talk about his life and the shit that's happening.
Dr. Mickey's voices come again, Doctor, please. Dr. Mickey's voices
oh, I changed it.
Please. Dr. Mickey's voices come again, Doctor.
That's actually powerful. Okay. Oh, let's finish it out.
Please. Dr. Mickey's voices come again, Doctor, please. Dr. Mickey's
voices come again, doctor, please. Doctor, make these voices come again, doctor, please. Doctor, make these voices come again, doctor, please. Doctor, make these voices come again, doctor, please, doctor.
Yeah, you want them to come away, and then when they're gone, you want them back. Because that's what self-hatred is, right? When you think about it, when you're on that conflict of who you are and what you know who you are, you know what you're supposed to be, but you're so insecure, you throw it away. Then when you throw it away, you feel empty. You want it back. That's what paranoia and that's what self-hatred does to you. And that's what the chip on your shoulder, when you feel like you have to prove yourself to other people, that's what that does to you. Something to think about. Next song, this is TK Shady's favorite song of mine. Levain, probably one of my most complex songs. Very emotional, but very complex and references a lot of philosophy. Let's go.
Lust for the knowledge, causing you to bleed for the honor. Load over what you consume, forcing you to move more into your gluttonous nature. Can't detach from the avarice, maybe because of your first problem. You gotta pay for each and every bite. Become a sloth to your thoughts, lazily trying to fight through life. You use your wrath as an excuse, saying that this is just human nature. Envious to the people at top, saying that they're selfish because they're not concerned about your anger. You say their name in vain to get the glory, but your pride is really who's to blame. But your coward calculations block your introspective angle. At a certain degree you will break. You're trying to resist that 180, afraid of what the others would say about your shape. You try many angles but terrified that your social circle can't relate. You jump out that 360, trying to participate in another business, but then refrain, procrastinate, then remain in that same place so you can get paid attention. But that same attention is really a fraction of what you can gain, so it's just fractions. Say it's looking back at me.
That first verse a lot. First of all, in the beginning of that verse, I'm referencing the 7 deadly sins. Lust for the knowledge, cause you to bleed for the honor. Load over what you consume, forcing you to move more into a gluttonous nature. Gluttony, get attached from the avarice, maybe because of your first problem. You wanna eat, so you're basically that makes you greedy. First problem, you try with each and every bite. Lazily, you try to fight through life. This is just basically about that internal battle I had with myself, spiritually and mentally at the time, and feeling condemned for going through it. But yeah.
What did I do? I said Satan's looking back.
And being jealous of people at top. Yeah, you guys can look back at me.
I said Satan's looking back at me. What did I do? I said Satan's looking back at me. What did I say? Satan's looking back at me. What did I do? You think you got the crowd, but you just a lost soul. Call everyone you as if you can expose their truth when your third eye's closed. But it was open last night, so you thought it can't go. You should have wrapped your hands around your throat. Then you would have seemed like you had a heart. But you had a thing about being powerful, creating your own death as if it satisfied your alive ago. Now let's get to the root of the problem. I've been so obsessed with expanding my conscious, meditating, strengthening chakras, chanting up your whole reggae kill over and over, expecting a profit. You couldn't accept the gifts offered, because I thought it was selfish. The God of the majority said to dispel it, and let it drift away because it was hellish. Levain philosophy, ironically I went up because of dissension. I dropped the God's rule and got all of my benefits without an honorable mention from any other person besides me because I penned it. A spirit above sin, I don't need an average acceptance. But the average think I wanna kill everybody just because they don't get it. So I guess I played that demon with a satanic reflection. So die from my presence, bro, cause Satan's looking back at me. What did I say? Satan's looking back at me. What did I do? I said Satan's looking back at me. What did I say? Satan's looking back at me. What did I do? Satan's looking back at me. What did I say? Satan's looking back at me. What did I do? What did I say? What did I do?
This song, yeah, that song is definitely not for everyone. I love it. Looking back at it, I love it. I've never heard a song like that before. I love the writing of it. I love the performance of it. I love the production. I personally love it. Wouldn't say it's a perfect song, but songs don't have to be perfect to be great. The second verse, I'm scheming relating to. Let's get to the root of the problem. I'm referencing chakras. To satisfy your libido, I'm referencing the 7 chakras. And the struggle with spirituality and genuine spirituality, when you get to a point where you're facing yourself, what do you do? When you're facing your demons, what do you do? And you're getting condemned by other people for doing that and wearing your heart on your sleeve, essentially. Heart on your sleeve next to that chip on your shoulder. The struggle between that. And the song Levian, like Levian Satanism. So Levian Satanism, they don't actually believe in the devil or God. They just look at Satan as a symbol of rebellion to Christian authority. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was a Levian Satanist. Like I was just pretty much against orthodoxy, not necessarily, but just all orthodoxy because of how my spiritual experiences were, and I just wasn't going to sacrifice that. So it's a very layered song. Yeah, I think if a record label was listen to this, they'll be like, "Who is this for?" Because it's dense. It's just dense and very emotional. Anyways, next song, Emotion Matters, featuring Sivlexi. I don't even know if she's a rapper anymore. I don't even know where she's at, but she was very kind, very dope on Amino. Hopefully she's reaching success wherever field she's in. She blessed my third project. She kills it. Shout out to her, SVXLY. By the way, listen to Mine and Manny Mackens on SoundCloud, everywhere, YouTube, Spotify, all that. Check this out so you can see the spelling too. SVXLY. She was very dope.
And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all,
38-second chorus is over. I think it's the whole minute.
It's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter.
Way too long, bro.
And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after
no one wants the stoic mask anymore, fine. I'll be straightforward and hold back all symbolic metaphors. In real life, I'm sheltered in my broken dreams because my sleep is torn by eternal wars, and I can't take unexpected shame anymore. Every night my imagination possesses me and pushes my demons forward, to the point where I see a demon by my bedroom door. I'm an only child with divorced parents. Mixed race couldn't fit in because I was neither black or white. I used to have to fight in Florida. I won some, lost some, but the fights I had to happen. Whether or not I won, but I lost my will to fight when I lost everyone that I loved. My brothers Brian, Tim, Josh, Tyrone, and EJ, Mario, Raheem, Raheem, I want to see y'all someday. My sisters Amber and Rebecca, I still think about y'all too. Even though you might not remember who I am, I still have love for all of you. Chris and Jose, I miss all the times we had. I never saw y'all after I packed my bags. And of course I miss my little sister Lauren. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in a body bag. Thank all of y'all for my lovely past. I'm ashamed of all the times that I said I wanted to commit suicide and alluded to my pain instead of trying to confide in one person. I didn't want to depend on others to save my life. I didn't want anyone to see me cry, so I buried my feelings deep inside pornography and rhymes, and obsessed over battling another rapper so that I could show you that I'm not just a clown. The jokes are a disguise. I moved around a lot, so I cling on to each and every line that I write when it pops in my mind, cause it feels like I have a family that's unified.
And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just keep pushing that matter. And after all, it's just emo. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after all, it's just the emotion. And after all, it's just the emotion that matter. And after
Emotions devoted to recreation. Majesty, but memories attaching to my inner angels. The demons are catching aside, which are keeping my back clean and weak. And on my skull, rational thoughts retracting basketball that's backing round my neck. I'm checking internet.
Shouts to
wrecking,
Lexi.
dreaming sunny days, nature will ignite my fly continual. Higher, bright, fire, futures bright, keeping through the night. Reciprocals flipping, dipping ideas, white as snow and blacker than the markers in my life. Chapters locking, run back like coded backers. Foundation unstable, construction staple, maple syrup in my pancakes. A wicked child I find, they are yours and they are mine. Thoughts, sailors out of me.
She gets the last word. She definitely killed that. Shout out to Sivlexi. She was very dope, very kind on Emil. She's a very, very kind soul. Great. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't pause that verse, and I didn't pause it right after because I had to process that verse emotionally for me. Emotionally for me. It's a very personal album. I'm surprised it got any good reception. Surprised people wanted to hear that. All those people are real people, not exaggerating. I think for me, it shows how much I connect to memories and connect to relationships. But unfortunately, I'm put into positions where I have to cut off a lot of people and leave a lot of people behind. And it still affects to this day. Of course, I really love people. You don't become an artist, especially one like me, if you don't connect to people. If you don't connect to your emotions. So this whole stoical claim that people put on me and that I feel like I forced myself to accept that mask is ridiculous. That song proves it. Because when I take off the mask of defense, it's full of a lot of pain. Full of a lot of resentment. Full of a lot of longing to want to keep people, wanting to connect with people, wanting to be accepted, wanting to find a tribe, wanting to find family. So I think a lot of people relate to that. Next, Lights Off Freestyle, produced by Cactus Frank. I think this is the only project where other people had their productions in it. And the most collaborations, because that was one suggestion that JT actually made from President Mackens, was have some people make their own beats to it. And this is the freestyle of the album. This was produced by Cactus Frank. The next project I will react of mine, it's me and Cactus Frank's. Hell is confusing. So prepare for that one. Lights Off Freestyle. Let's go.
I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with this one. I don't even got the lights on in my studio.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing written down either.
My studio was the closet. I shut the lights off and freestyle. Let's see how it turns out. He killed this beat.
Check me out. Closing my eyes, I can't see anything that's around. I'm just in my doubt. I'm never bowing down. I always gotta get up with my pride so I can just shoot around from the clips that I have, from the passion that I grab, from the craft that I spit. When every time I spaz, I can mess up a word and come right back on track. Cause I'm Manny Mackens and I'm known to do that. I got endurance, I'm dope like weed burning. Put you in a furnace, kill you for certain. See how I do this? Take your whole soul like demonic churches and leave you deserted in dirt. Cause I'm so raw with the flow that I have. Freestyle on top and no pad. My voice, everything that I have. My flow, my lyrics, my whole craft. Basically get your heart on intact. I'm stack your heart really quick and put it in the bag like it's a little Scooby stack. What you know about that? No. I'm funny, but I gotta slaughter all of y'all. You see, I gotta have fun just a little bit to put these rappers in the box like Christmas gifts. Cause every time I spit, man, I vacate. So I take you out like come and get this trip. Whoa, when I spit this stuff, then you commit suicide, just slit your wrist. I got cheated on twice by the same girl, went back to her. Cause I'm lonely without my little miss. But you know that I have to get it, miss hit. I'm a misfit. I do this real quick. Lines I don't need to have them written. I freestyle all of them to give y'all the business. This the work your body will disperse. I'm freaking raw and dirty like putting a pipe between a skirt. I mean, ripping a shirt, that's how rough I get with it. Cause I am raw and I'm authentic. Written with arsenic. I'm artistic when I do this stuff. I spaz like I have autism. And someone's making fun of me in special ed class. That's why I hit the track like whiplash. I never, ever stop. So I have to repeat the ever like an ellipsis dots. 3 dots on, I put 3 dots on your temple and shoot your whole head off. Okay, I'm not gonna act gangster. For me, I'm actually one of your dangers. Especially when I keep on rapping, cause I divide and I leave no remainders. Multiply my clothes just so we can hang ya. I can add pain and subtract your whole life. Cause I'm like college. I take your whole mind, nothing major. Use a minor. See how I do this stuff. I'm hot with the fire. Kill your entire choir.
Spiritual man is mad.
Alright, we gotta turn the lights on in here.
What fortune could be made if they'd let me try?
Think that song shows the humor of me still, and I think, well, it's a freestyle, but I think that freestyle shows how skilled of a freestyle I am. I'm a very skilled freestyler. I practiced, and still practice a lot. Very fun. A lot of cool punchlines in there. I really love the beat. Cactus Frank did his thing. This next song is Dino Force, produced by Illegal Sith, someone who I don't talk to anymore because I still have connections with this guy, like as far as emotionally, but the truth is the truth. He tried to scam me. But he produced this beat. He did a great job. He was a great friend for a very long time, but hopefully we can make amends. But that's the truth. Let's go.
I don't really know how to start this off, but I'm gonna take this beat and I'm gonna rock with it. Yo. When I was young, people seemed more optimistic, I guess. We would ding-dong ditch and leave old ladies in distress. Mess with teachers, we don't care about our grades. We'd rather vandalize our desks and terrorize the kids who had A's. Make fun of all the kids who hated us and called us slaves. We would roast them after school, and if I got mad, we'll punch them in the face. If anyone got jumped, we jumped in 2. A 1-on-1 will turn into a 2-on-2, a 3-on-3, and so on. Brotherhood and sisterhood was serious. Loyalty wasn't where it was common sense to keep our team strong. Respect and dignity was all you got. Don't get me wrong, people slip up, but we don't let disrespect go untouched. Cause if you're not so tough, let your brothers handle it. We would rap and make peace until the bus driver got mad at us. Then we point at him and laugh at him and let the other homies tap us up. Girls thought we was cute. We let the baddest one grab our nuts, get a number, text once, and move on to another one. We created, innovated, didn't want to be an imitation. We was just us, all love for each other, sister and brothers, forever sticking together. No separate rays of vendettas or petty grudges or setters. We rather kill anyone who's against us than end the happiness of our brethren, even if it ended up us being better. Cause we know we need to bring each other's heads up. When we was younger, when we was younger, when we was younger, when we was younger, we used to just waste time a lot. When we was younger, thought that this life could never stop. When we was younger, the whole world to us was just a block. When we was younger, we used to have everything we want. When we was younger, we used to just waste time a lot. When we was younger, thought that this life could never stop. When we was younger, the whole world to us was just a block. When we was younger, we used to have all the stuff we want. When we was younger, when we was younger, when we was younger. Nowadays, everyone is so jaded, lazy and unmotivated. And it's hard for me to act my age, especially when people act like they're so great now that they're getting paid to smoke weed every day. People act like their emotions passed away and hide their pain, so I bottle up too. Until I'm constantly afraid, and that's okay. Wait, no it's not. Psych! I'ma say what I say and keep my soul until the day I'm in my grave. Y'all can lie and cheat and still like RTJ. I'ma work until me and my team all get paid and we're on the main stage. But I know some of the people that I'm here right now with will fade. But they're here right now before the money and the fame. And all the others who changed and left me betrayed. I forgive y'all, but remember when you last heard my name, you turned around, cause you thought I would be tame. weak, but I'm a beast. Yo, get him out of here, man. Hold on. Now that we're older, I had like a whole like thing right now. Now that we're older, what y'all think turn y'all back now that like older. That was gonna solve anything? You think I'm your problem, bro? Do you know me? Now that we're older, look, I'm the type of person like yo. Now that we're older, I'm not gonna be turning my back on anybody. Now that we're older, or anybody anytime soon. You know what I mean? I'm just turning it over here, man, cause y'all just so crazy. Now that y'all really think y'all gonna get anywhere? For real? Now that we're older, the type of person I am, you don't think I'm gonna blow up? Now that we're older, you seriously don't have faith? Oh man, y'all messed up so bad. So when y'all like in y'all little project home in the future with like 600 kids, don't ask for
Whoa,
my money,
whoa.
for my money, alright? You know what I'm saying? Go to your local welfare office, bro. I'm done. Yo.
I said that? I said that? Look.
Yo, shouts out to the people that's still here. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm gonna focus on y'all. Haters don't matter. Alright.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of that song, but it's for personal reasons. I don't like those words coming from me, but that's part of the mind of Manny Mackens before then. So I didn't like a lot of those words coming from me. I think a lot of it's showing me falling into a fallacy, the nostalgia trap, where I made the past definitely sound way better than it was. When it wasn't. When I was in 7th grade, there was people still smoking weed, being stupid, acting ridiculous. I just accepted them more for whatever reason. And I think it shows that I really hooked on to the past because I moved around a lot. It gave me this version of the past that was never there. So I don't like a lot of the conclusions I arrived to in that. I don't like a lot of what I said in that song. But that's part of making music for a very long time. You're not going to stand with all of it. But I do like the beat. I do like the flow and the vibe of it. All right, what we on featuring Drift Spirit. Shout out to Drift Spirit. I don't think he even raps anymore. People criticize me for putting Drift Spirit on here. He wanted to rap. It was my project. He was a supporter. Why not? Let's go.
Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan
definitely
I'm here,
like SoundCloud 2016.
What we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back.
Hey,
what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. I see the same demon by my bedroom door. Funny, he asked me to go into a portal from another world. He tells me, if you come, you will see past everything that's ugly. I follow him, and we drift into a muddy landscape. He said, don't think about it, just trust me. I look into his eyes and see a kaleidoscope of all my enemies. He said he knows how to eliminate my worries. Unconsciously, I shook my head, yes, and he told me, okay, but when I do this, please don't feel guilty. He grabbed all of my personality and gave me a weapon. I hunted down my adversaries and I couldn't fight against it. The bitterness was too potent and I needed that redemption. I cut the heads off of all my exes and put them on a pedestal. Kissed the most deceitful one and said I still care for you. The good side of me said stop it please. There's better ways you can cope with these fools. Put their heads in front of their parents' door so they can get the news. So I did it to be considerate to the innocent that is ignorant to their daughter's businesses. Like I'm sorry, you should have raised them differently. I bullied the bullies that used to spit on me. I hung them by their neck and burned them with gasoline and put my high school teachers underneath. Now that's my Christmas tree.
All right, pause on that verse. Obvious. I like that this is there. I really like the verse. I think it's really fun. I think with a lot of the depth or emotional depth rather than intellectual depth, emotional stuff going on, I think songs like this needed to exist. Love the horrorcore in it. I thought it was really funny then, and I still think it's funny now. So.
Satan, I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan I'm here, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Tell Satan Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back. Hey, what we on? Toss it in the mirror, I'm coming back.
What we on exactly? Strong weed, codeine, got the dog shit's classy with the
Shout out Drip
classic.
Spirit. I think it's like his first time rapping too.
I will class anything.
Shout out Drip Spirit.
To the black beast inside design, like my deep shallow set of mind. Chicks design and push me out the peaks. Space, no space, so cox waiting to ride the better
Drip
points.
Spirit, my guy. Where you at, Drip Spirit? You still around?
Then I guess you lose the high. Down flight to level.
Hit me up.
Mighty devils like with the Mackens spitting like never breath. We choose to fight. Showing our chaos with the minds up dark. Wizard using cuts straight to bust some lies and nuts naked. No compassion rising from sights and bodies piling. On my head from trying to ride that hoodie line. Get my hair fucked up. I'm not drift down the fucking dead dwells in depths. Under them rocks supplied to stop my plans are great.
Yeah.
Torture inflicted to shit.
That Earl sweatshirt.
Stay forging my Christmas gifts.
Shout out Drip Spirit.
12 corners to miss, so yeah, get caught now. Got the nice get sorted, which the pigs just don't.
Hey, what we on?
Alright, that's enough of that. Shout out Drip Spirit. This was the quintessential Amino project. I mean, I feel like this project, if you want to know what Amino is like, just listen to mine and Manny Mackens on repeat. Oh, yeah. And some of President Mackens. Pretty straightforward song. Shout out Drip Spirit, man. If you're watching this, hit me up, man. You sound pretty young there, so I want to see what you grown up and how you developed into as far as like what you're thinking now, and reflect on that verse if you're still rapping at all. That'll be cool. Criticize me. I actually performed this song. This song is really cringe, but I love it. It's kind of funny. Let's go.
You say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. You can say what you want, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma work till I drop, I don't care about you. All my life I've lost, then I won, then I flopped. But I get what I want, I don't care about you. You say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. Look, here's my flaws, I'm not good at school and I need a job. I don't smoke and I don't drink at all. My vices are music and jacking off. Got cheated on twice by the same dirty broad. My clothes barely fit and I needed some of my mom. I got my rap name from my dog. I can't stop the girls and my dad hates my songs. Whoa, but I wanna know, you're a critic I suppose. Why you act like you're so bold? I'm suicidal, you're not okay. Act like you never put a knife to your throat. Act like you never cried when you were alone. Act like you never felt like you didn't know what to do when you realize it's hard to reach your goals. They say that I can't rap or produce or make a flow until I show them that I can. Now they wanna troll, but I'm comfortable with my flaws. Yours is killing you slow. Mine is making me strong. Mine is helping me grow. Mine is cleaning my soul. I'm always on the high road. I grab the mic and I never let go. That's why I break it down like you say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. You can say what you want, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma work till I drop, I don't care about you. All my life I've lost, then I won, then I flopped. But I get what I want, I don't care about you. You say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. Criticize all you want, you can talk like you're perfect when you know you're not. Judge me for all of my downfalls, I probably made less than all y'all. I remember in high school, no one listened to my tracks, so I made a little young chop 'em. Now all of a sudden I can rap, now chop 'em, show 'em you can snap, go! Chop 'em on a beat. CEO girl, now she tryna be my meat. She gon' get the D, she gon' get in from me. I'ma rob her house and I'ma steal her keys. Yeah, take her wallet, take her father. CEO girl, man, why even bother? She is a toddler, she's a little girl, so I take her out and we party at Disney World. Yeah, where the beat go, Manny? Where that? You say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. You can say what you want, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma work till I drop, I don't care about you. All my life I've lost, then I won, then I flopped. But I get what I want, I don't care about you. You can say you're right, I say you're wrong. You can kick rocks, I don't care about you. Yeah, but before you
criticizing me or chop them, yeah, you need to fix yourself. Peace. Yeah!
Yeah, so it's a very fun song. Actually, there was a feature that I forgot. Lil Jon Chop him. He's completely irrelevant. He sucks. Lil Jon Chop him's trash. Can't rap. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. Yeah, man, that Lil Jon Chop him, you know what I mean? He can't rap. He dissed me back in the day. We made up, and then now he wants to diss me again by not rapping. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for him to rap. I was waiting for him to rap. You know what I'm saying? I used to look up to Lil Jon Chop him back in the day. You know what I mean? But I don't know what happened. All right, next one, See the World Dance, produced by That Kid Shady. Which is TK Shady, same person. Go check out his channel. Let's go. We're almost done, y'all, but this has been a very interesting experience for me. Let's go.
Holder Don said, life don't come with a remote. You gotta get up and change. RTJ said, can't pick up a crown. Holding was holding you down. Cannabis said, a wise man sees failure as progress. A fool divorces knowledge and misses the logic. Sometimes I feel like I can't do it. I break down when I think about losing. What if I don't make it in music? What if my chances are ruined by the fact I'm not extroverted and I'm afraid of leading movements? People want to revolt through music, I see, but I'm not ruthless. I just want to do what I do and relate to the people who appreciate what I'm doing. And if they connect to this pain, I want to get them through it. I've met Rizzo. He asked me if I wanted to join his crew. We talked about making moves. He seemed cool and he knew Young Chop too. He knows official people who produce. I said okay and didn't call him back because I was afraid of something new. What if I did make it? What will I lose? My friends, my family, everything that I knew. I sat down and tried to piece it all together. I'm afraid of success and failure. And at that time I was depressed and bitter, confused by my anger. I made cut off your hands later, and I regret everything cause I just want to see the world dance. I just want to see the world dance. What if that was my only time to make it happen? I had the opportunity and didn't know how to react. And then I saw him on Snapchat with Young Chop laughing, and I got mad and blamed him for my actions. I think about it now and feel stupid. I had one job and I blew it, but at the same time I learned how to produce my own tracks. Got on Amino, got support from people that are miles away giving me feedback. Learned more about the craft from the research I had to do. Instead of studying what was in class, I studied how to rap, how to mix, how to master, how to put it all together. At first I had a Turtle Beach headset, and I made my first song about that moment. I've learned a lot since then, and I see that I've grown musically and as a person, and I'm still working. I just wanna see the whole world dance. I just wanna see the whole world dance. I just wanna see the whole world dance. Yo, I sacrificed a childhood for this hip hop. All the high school parties I skipped out on, girls thinking I was weird cause I was obsessed with making a dope song, and they doubted me all along. I'ma change and let go of my failures and move on, cause I just wanna see the whole world dance. I can't look back now. To me, I can't look back now. I just wanna see the whole world dance to my song. The next track is Cut Off Your Hands. The first track I produced and rapped. Everything was done by myself. This is basically the backstory to this song, and then we're gonna close it. Thank you for listening. The Soul Watcher's back as the overseer. People try to appear as the minecart pushing my career. My mind's not just on the goal, it's on the whole entire globe, every inch of the atmosphere. So offering money with nothing else for me will make me steer my drive over elsewhere. I never break to the trends that are out there. I remake them, break the system, innovate, and then start my repairs. So you have connections, you tell me you're a big businessman. You see my will to gain status, you want to give me a chance. I can't see see through your game, boy. Only you will advance. Make my songs cookie cutter. Place them in little kids' hands. Meanwhile, you could get a fatter wallet popping out the pockets of your pants. Hop into a limousine instead of that cheap minivan. Can't even present well, and you have all the plans. Man, I am a soul watcher. Never overlook, but examine anything that I can. So I can see through your scams. Turn rappers into robots so our minds can't expand. You put yourself on a high pedestal and I can't understand how you think you could get me intelligent fans. So don't try to reach out to me. I'll cut off your hands. I'll cut off your hands. Try to give me commands. I'll cut off your hands. Try to mold me, you'll see. I'll cut off your hands. Try to reach out to me. I'll cut off your hands. Try to edit my beats. I'll cut off your hands. At open mics, I open-mindedly speak to the honorable artists that collaborate usually. People who humbly come up and contribute to the hip-hop community instead of blatantly copying other things that they hear so they can't get attention easily. Those groupies sicken me. Honestly, you can't get me paid when you're the one struggling. But even if you could, that's a shallow offer and it's baffling. How could you hear about the tragedies happening haphazardly about suicidal tendencies, people dying rapidly, and you're chasing money instead of finding family? You can't see me as a brother, but as a business puppet, so I cannot accept what you're offering. I only shake the hands of good minds and a strong heart for peace. I'm designed to stack the arms of the weak, and you can hear it by the bars that I speak. The passion causes me to glean, so I'll shine consistently. I believe in a law of attraction, so my mind is unique. I control my life by the things that I think. I got compassion, so that makes me more comforting. Constantly coming with bars from the scars that I bleed. They're disheartening, but yet inspiring, because the cuts are guiding me past your bullcrap, man. I know how you liars be. Act like opportunity, but actually another obstacle, and I can see a travesty that can potentially make me seem least to your status financially. I'm not a slave, especially when you have no kind of mastery or knowledge of anything. Matter of fact, you're asking me for help, and you're limiting my ability. Man, there's no deal at all. That contract's a fraud, so don't email, text me, message me, or call me at all. Okay? Yeah.
Really? Come on, man. We can talk about this. We can talk about this, man.
I'll cut off your hands. Try to give me commands. I'll cut off your hands. Try to mold me, you'll see. I'll cut off your hands. Try to reach out to me. I'll cut off your hands. Try to edit my beats. I'll cut off your hands. Try to give me commands. I'll cut off your hands. Try to mold me, you'll see. I'll cut off your hands. Try to reach out to me. I'll cut off your hands. Try to edit my beats.
I remember someone on Amino a long time ago listened to this whole project and said that you need therapy. Yeah, that's completely correct. I'm glad that he talked to me like a human. I think that's a big part of it. And shout out to the dude I was talking about in this, Rizzo. I don't know what he's doing right now, but shout out to him. I shouldn't have been so reluctant. He was trying to do good by me. A lot of people back then were trying to do good by me, but I lumped it in with the haters just because I felt that they were too different than me and they didn't understand me. And I'm at a position now where I'm still in the same habit, but I'm trying to break through of like, people don't have to 100% understand you for them to like you or to love you or just even support you. So you have to look at their actions and how, if their actions are good for you or not, rather than just, do they understand me or not? I think that's the arrogant of me back then, and a struggle that I still deal with now. Cut Off Your Hands, to me, still sounds really great. I recorded off Turtle Beach headphones, a gaming headset, and I made that beat. That's like actually the first beat I produced was that. Still very creative. Sounds very old school, but still very creative. As far as See the World Dance, Shady did a great job on the production on that. Shows My Mission back then, how it changed slightly, but not really now. Shows Over the Credit, referencing to Manny Mackens, which is funny because mine and Manny Mackens is probably like the last where I referenced the previous projects, because they're all basically just a trilogy. I think if you want to, these albums, all three of them, if you want to know essentially who I was in high school, and how I interacted with the world, you'll listen to these 3 albums. They capture that very, very well. I want to give my overall opinions of this project. 'Cause I feel like I haven't really showed that, but I want to finish the last song first before I do that.
I'm more grateful than I am ashamed or afraid of what the future or the past has for my name. All the times I betrayed or got betrayed, I accept. Now it's time to let my demons pass away. I'm growing up, everything's starting to change, but the past has no potential anymore. The best time for me to grow is today, and I'm better than I ever was. After I get past all the inhibiting barricades, I see a pot of gold that I need to claim. The old me will refrain and create an excuse through a story I would make up in my brain. I can't stay complacent, I need to age and walk in my own lane and quit avoiding sensitivities and look at it face to face. So today, I genuinely want to change something. Like, I may not be able to change the world, but I want to change myself, you know? Change myself so I can be greater, because I have a responsibility to myself, to my family, to my friends, to the people who look up to me, to be the greatest that I could be, and to be a positive influence to the world, not negative. So I'ma change. I play the past alone. I told God I love you more than I hate my situation. That was a weird revelation. Even though I changed my religion to Buddhism, I still chant and pray to get me through the days. All the atheist Christians are Buddhists listening. I'm loyal to the greater good, not your dogmatic ways. And this ain't up for debate. I suggest y'all to do the same. But this ain't about the critics. It's about who can relate to the message that I say. Who wants to change the world and be great and leave a legacy that no one else can take. If you're outcasted but you still have faith, then you drown in your regrets and pain, and you express through angst. I want you to be in the family and spread the message of this tape. We don't have to sit here and complain. We can move at a fast rate to our dreams. I just want to motivate. I'm sick of overanalyzing my hate and seeing people sacrificing their souls to connect to the formality that holds no emotional weight. For the people who got this far, I want to say thanks. You know, like, I've created a lot of characters in my brain to kind of avoid the actual hardships that come with life. You may get a lot of that referenced in my previous EPs. But this will be my last SoundCloud project to kind of move on to bigger and better things. I had to make this straightforward. But you know, I cannot make a project without congratulating the people who have supported me, inspired me to make these projects. Whether they inspire me through love or hate, I still have to mention them. So let me get my... Okay. Thank you to Sean Smith, $sign Amuel,
Shout out to them.
Underdog, Drift Spirit,
Shout out to them.
Janae, JC, Huey, Ocho,
Shout out to them.
Jovan, Ramon, J Mac, Molf, Illegal Sith, Sivlexi, That Kid Shady, Cactus Frank, my mom, my dad, DJ Roadside, McKnight, Doomazar, hashtag Blackout Podcast, No Good Nick, Chantel, Jeremy, Alera, Tariq, Miss Williams, Mr. Nemeth, Miss Sales,
Shout out to them.
Zesty, Tyler, Josh, Tyrone, EJ. Oh, I know 2 Tylers, by the way. Shouts out to them. Raheem,
Shout out to
Raheem,
them.
Javen, Asia, Marissa, Jalen, Infamous, Little Hen, Kyle, Tatiana, Kyle, Kaya, Snow God. I'm trying to... Ward, JT Flame, Ariana, James Bruce, Justin from the SGI, Raekwon, Juan, Rona, Marshall, and Diaz, Sammy, and some of my influence. No, I'm not gonna get into that. But shouts out to my influences too. You know, you can probably hear them. But thank you. To the biggest thanks goes to those who fully got through this EP and potential fans. So thank you guys for that. Peace.
I think that was a perfect ending to the album. So it goes to show how big that small niche was. I mean, we look at people with millions of views, and we look at us with like 50 views, and we say like, oh, we're not impacting that much people. We are, and I think that the ending credits sort of show that. What I think about the project as a whole, I wasn't really as critical with this one. I mean, look, from a critical perspective, you know, if we're comparing it to its competition, quote unquote, I don't believe in competition, especially with the art, but it's not as well polished production wise. It's probably some of my sloppiest writing to this date. Very, very raw. The whole project is very, very raw. It's unfiltered. It's almost therapeutic listening back to it. I'm in a very fortunate position that I made this when I was younger, and I can reflect on where I was. I see a lot of potential. I see a lot of mistakes that I made even after that. I warned myself through a lot of thought and being sort of self-reflective to this point. A lot of lessons are in here for me as well. Yeah, so you know, look, sometimes there's music that you like for other reasons. You like it because of how great it sounds sonically or how whatever. This is not one of those projects. I'm not gonna sit here and be like it's the best technically. I would say this is the most meaningful. It's more meaningful to me, and I think to any listener that could relate to it. The last two is very emotional. This is why you shouldn't rank albums, because how do you judge that? How do you judge emotional connection in comparison to technical prowess? I think everyone will have a different relationship with that sort of dichotomy. But yeah, compared to the other two, this one was the one that most hit me because of how emotional it really was, and to see how much I've grown, to see how much lessons I've learned back then, and to give me more perspective as to what I was actually going through. You know, someone told me that when you look back at your old self, you see how stupid you are and whatever. I don't feel like that at all. I feel like this shows how much potential I have and how much potential I've lost just trying to compete with other people. I don't feel like I'm stupid at all. I don't feel like I was stupid then. I don't feel like I'm stupid now. Do I have some regrets? Yes, but very little. I mean, this is such a huge reflection and a realistic mirror as to who I was back then. So, right, like so this is who I am, who I was, in a raw form. This whole project. I feel like there's a lot of greatness here. I still feel like I'm very cool. Yeah. Some things I'll change, yeah, but I don't. My essence, I think, is well intentioned, and I think it's something that people should embrace rather than fear or try to hide. That being said, doubt. What else? Yeah, listening to these projects again, I feel like I'm listening to it from new eyes, or as close to new eyes as I can, possibly. You just don't know what to expect. Next one's gonna be Hell's Confusing. I don't know what to expect from that. I wrote it. I mean, the style and development, the themes changed so much. All right, let's get up out of here. Oh, hour 38 minutes. Dow, make sure you check out all these projects. President Mackens, Manny Mackens, Manny Mackens on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Spotify, on everything. No excuse. And check out my boys, JT, TK, Shady. We're doing great things here still. Okay? So shout out to all of y'all. Love y'all. Peace. Hopefully you are growing in this journey and understanding my music and growing in your life journey as well. Peace.